What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a little bit of a ball review for you. We have the Envy Tour Pearl and the Extreme Envy. We're going to be comparing, contrasting, and giving you guys the best 1-2 punch for this upcoming league season. I'm going to start off with the weaker ball. I've only thrown this one literally one shot after I drilled it. Now I've brought it over to the house shot to show you guys what this ball can really do. That is usually where I stand when I'm playing league. Feet around 15, speed sometimes slower, sometimes faster. First impression though, this ball definitely hooks a little bit. And as always, we don't shoot spares on our ball videos. I moved in 3 with my feet. I think 3 might have been a little too much, so I'm gonna go back 1 and see what happens. Hey! Not my best shot, but I could probably still go maybe 1 back left. I'll get 1 more shot, but before that, I'll get you guys some stats. The numbers on this ball in 15 pounds, the RG is a 2.469, the differential is an 0.34, and the asymmetry is a 0.013, which is a pretty smaller core asymmetric ball, so it shouldn't hook quite as much. So this is going to be a low flaring asym, not so much like the Extreme Envy that you'll see later in this video, which will be a high flaring, high performance ball. This is gonna be a low flaring, high performance ball. With it being pearl, I should still be able to play a little further left than usual. Now I'm throwing the Extreme Envy, and for comparison's sake, I'll throw it in the exact same spot I just threw my last 2 shots. So let's see what this one does. My guess is Runaway Brooklyn. That's my guess. So it actually was a little bit cleaner and a little more down lane than I thought. I still obviously have to make a very big move, but it didn't quite hook as early as the original Envy did for me, where the original Envy was like that massive early hooking ball that I could take first game on a really hard pattern. This one does seem a little more down lane than that. So I'm gonna make a big move out the gate. I'm gonna move 5 with my feet. Oh, bad shot. Not my best shot. My miss is kind of like rolling it up the back, especially when I move in and I need to cover so many boards. It's really important to keep my hand in the right spot with a little extra rotation on it. And that one was pretty up the back, which is why you saw it roll out some. I need to get my hand in the right spot here on this one. She hooks. Yeah, she hooks. I'm gonna go another 5 to the right. A lot of times with some of the bigger hooking balls, they have a really hard time recovering from so far right, and they leave a lot of flat 7s or flat 10s, so I'll be curious to see when I move another 5 here with my feet if the ball kind of dies out down lane, or if it still has a chance. Wow, that definitely surprised me a little bit. I could see it actually get down lane to the spot where I wanted it to get to, you know, around 5 or 6 down lane. However, it really turned and made a much stronger down lane shape than I'm used to seeing out of some big balls. This ball is going to be a 2.479 RG, 0.54 diff, and a 0.22 asymmetric, which means it's just going to flare a lot more. The cover stock is a solid reactive cover stock, and this ball is more made for like the higher, heavier oil conditions, where the Tour Pearl is made for those medium oil conditions, which I think are the ones where you can get really versatile with the bowling ball. All right, so now I am going to get into some of the action. I'm gonna bowl a full game with each of these balls, comparing them and giving it a little 1v1 to see which of these balls I'm gonna throw my first week of league. So I want you guys to take that guess down below in the comments and let me know before I even start this, which one you think is gonna win. Ooh, lucky. Probably gotta move with that ball. That ball really snapped off the back end of the lane. It's not uncontrollable amount of down lane shape, so I'm actually liking what I'm seeing so far with that one. Oh, all the time. I will say, like, I didn't really throw a lot of bigger balls. However, when that Hellcat Accelerate came out, I bowled a bunch of tournaments and I really was able to use that almost like a urethane piece for me, where I could really control the down lane hook, and I could hit the pocket way more often than I would with, let's say, a ball like that, where it's gonna be a little flippier. It's really good for righties, for transition, for easier patterns on house shot, but this one's gonna be like a more first game out the block, harder patterns. I couldn't really see myself using it on the house shot, but for some low rev rate guys or really high ball speed guys, this one would be like perfect. All right, so that was a little better shot. I missed the first one a little up the back like we talked about earlier, but that one was much better. Oh, terrible. I made a 2-in-1 and then I wasn't quite committed enough to throw a good shot, so I should probably do that next time. Getting all the light mixes, and that's usually what happens with me. That's more of my hit. I would use it in league because I know it can strike. I'd just be so scared of games 2 and 3, what would happen to the lane if I started off hooking it that much. I would be afraid of shooting like 170 game 3 because there's not a whole lot of real estate further right than that.
What's that one called? The Envy Extreme?
The Extreme Envy.
To me, that Extreme Envy looks like it would roll well for a guy like me who likes to play firmer ball speed with a little bit lower rev rate. That seems like a better league option for me, whereas with your rev rate, probably the weaker, shinier ball would probably be better. A guy with my rev rate who throws it another 2-3 miles an hour harder than me, perfect for him because he needs a little bit of extra help. A guy like you, the same thing, with a lower rev rate and a higher ball speed, need a little extra help, and you would probably like the smoother shape. Let Matt know down below in the comments if you want him to start bowling again. Someone commented, show yourself down below in the comments. They said, Darren's editor versus Packy's editor 1v1, and I said, listen. Matt literally bowled for the top bowling team in the country, so I don't know if that's quite a fair matchup to Jesse, who's like a casual like league bowler. Jesse's already got me beat in editing. He can have that.
Jesse is the master editor. Money! See what happens when you throw it good? That one's definitely more convincing through the pins than the Extreme Envy. However, the Extreme Envy is striking. Oh my God. That ball also keeps hooking. For a smaller core pearl ball, it hooks a lot, like in the middle and down lane. It's a surprising amount of hook for the size of the core. I'm liking it so far. Like I said, I'm usually not in love with pearl balls that flip really heavy, but something about this like cover stock seems to make it not really flip and more just make it like a hard arc. If that makes any sense at all to anybody besides me.
If I had to pick one for you for league right now, I would pick the Envy Pearl. I would throw maybe just a smidge of surface on it.
Yeah, I think the Envy Tour Pearl, for me, with maybe even a slightly weaker layout or a little more surface, like just strictly to knock the shine off of it.
Yeah.
I think it'd smooth it out just a little bit, and league starts up next week for us, and I'm probably going to throw it next week in league. It's that same hit every single time. This one's going to be perfect in the league. However, the other one hasn't missed yet. This ball's winning the mental matchup. That one's winning the striking matchup. I got to move too. I'm going to move. Yeah. I saw it start to happen, and then it did.
Shouldn't have moved?
Shouldn't have moved. I hit up on the last one pretty good, which is why it hooked. I didn't hit up on that one as much, which is why it didn't hook. I think I cracked the pin on that one. Did you hear it? Don't think I actually cracked the pin. I just think it was already broken.
Kevin's calling you.
Kevin Williams?
Yeah.
Kevin, you're on speaker in the middle of a video. What's up?
Perfect. Should I yell a bunch of things I shouldn't yell for the video or what?
That was insane, and it didn't strike. All right, that ball's gonna send a million messengers, and it's got 6 more shots to do it, so. I'm getting my hand working around it a little bit more, getting it in the right spot, and now that ball is going through the pins good. Last couple shots have been solid. I'm still sticking with the gray one, or I guess it's silver, for my league ball. Yeah, hard and straight's gonna be the play with that one. And I know I'm gonna get roasted for saying that is playing hard and straight, but I'll let it happen. I am gonna move with this ball, even though it does have the front 7, that last one went through the pins. Pretty high flush. Pew! 8 baggers, baby, 8 baggers. I'm on a heater. And I'm still gonna throw the Envy Tour Pearl the first week in league. I'm still gonna do it. 10 people on a pair, the fronts are gonna hook a little more. This one, I will say, definitely clears the fronts a lot more than a lot of the other big balls I've thrown in the past. But I know for a fact that I can only throw this one for so long, whereas the Envy Tour Pearl, I could probably throw the whole 3 games from start to finish. Hook! Just a bad shot. Just a little bit up the back on that one. Just a little bit up the back. It was a little bit of a run there, you know, front 8. And now I'm gonna move 2 with this one to try and send a messenger, because that's the only other exciting thing that can happen in this video. Damn, that looks good. Like, as I move in a little bit, it still hits the pins like just as hard. I threw that one better. A little too far to the left, but a better shot.
268 with a strike?
Yeah, and a 268 with a strike. Matt already announced this, so that means I have to strike. The light mix. With a bunch more bowlers, 9 other people on the pair sharing the lane with me, the transition would have happened so quick with that ball that for me, a bowler with a high rev rate and a lower ball speed, I'd say it's more in the tournament bag for me. This ball though, house shot special. I always like to say when I compare 2 bowling balls, the goal score is 500 for the combined score, 250 average. So I still got a pop here. And I'm gonna move another 2 to try and get a messenger, just because why not? Just hits the pins so hard. Oh, that was close.
Head pin did the right thing.
It did the right thing. There just wasn't a 7 pin there because it's hitting it too hard. I got one more shot for a messenger. I said the back half of this game was going to be loaded with them, and it went high flush every single time. Ow! 246 is good. That shot was bad. Wrapping this up, thank you guys for watching. The Extreme Envy, definitely going to be in my tournament bag. Obviously, 268 is a great score. I'm just not sure that I'll be able to keep that pace going throughout an entire league set. With the Envy Tour Pearl, I absolutely think that one's gonna be in my league bag and in my tournament bag. It gets down lane, but it doesn't snap too hard down lane. When I'm bowling with a bunch of other bowlers on my pair as well, I won't have to fight the fronts as hard with this Pearl cover stock. So thank you guys for watching. That is my best 1-2 punch for the upcoming league season. Hit that subscribe button, and we have a link down below in the description. Link to Buddy's Pro Shop where you can order either of those 2 balls right now. Today is the first day you'll be available to pre-order.